The morning of January 27, 2023, was just like a normal one for the Bulley family. Nicola Bulley had just dropped her two daughters off at school in Lancashire. She sent an email to her boss and texted a friend briefly. She then came down to the river to walk her dog and enjoy some peace and quiet. But something was about to happen to the lively Nicola that would change the lives of her family forever. Meanwhile at home, Nicola Bulley's partner Paul Ansell had just put the kettle on and made a cup of tea and went into the living room. Nicola was usually back by 10. Thinking so, Paul thought of just browsing through some emails as he waited for Nicola. 10:15, and Nicola still wasn't home. However, he became concerned when she wasn't back by 10:30 a.m. Nicola had disappeared without a trace. A few weeks later, Nicola Bulley's body was found from the river. The kind, beautiful, and jolly mother of two was now dead. The disappearance and death of Nicola Bulley came as a shock to many across the world, given the fact that people got quite attached and felt very connected to her. Nicola and Paul Ansell had been in a relationship for 12 years now. A highly experienced electrical design engineer, Paul had a lot of experience working in the aerospace and automotive industries. Born in Essex in 1977, Nicola Jane Bulley, 45, had moved to Lancashire in the late 1990s. She had two daughters with her 44-year-old partner, Paul Ansell, and they owned a brown Springer Spaniel named Willow. They lived in the village of Inskip, where Bulley worked as a mortgage advisor. She was previously married to a local Lancashire businessman, Simon Booth. Booth is now engaged to Jodie Prenger, who portrays Glenda's Shuttleworth in the television show Coronation Street. On the other hand, although unmarried, Nicola and Paul had a cordial relationship and enjoyed posting pictures on social media of their walks in the countryside and vacations with their children. The morning of January 27, 2023 would be different, however. The first sighting of Nicola on the morning she went missing was via a doorbell camera. The camera saw her open the boot to the family car and let her dog Willow into the back. Nicola Bulley drove from her home to St. Michael's on Wyre, a nearby village, after dropping her children off at school. Police have since confirmed that Nicola left her home address at 8:26 a.m. and dropped her children off at school at 8:40 a.m. She then traveled to the path by the river where she was last seen. She took her dog Willow to walk along the river Wyre. She walked towards the gate and bench on the lower field at 8:43 a.m. She was seen by a dog walker who knows her at 8:47 a.m., walking around the lower field next to the river. Their dogs interacted briefly, then the other dog walker left the field. At 8:53, Bulley sent an email to her boss, followed by a text to a friend to organize a playdate for their children at 8:57. She logged onto a Teams call at 9:10 a.m., and she stayed logged in past 9:30 a.m. when the call ended. But the last time she was seen by another person was at approximately 9:10 a.m., when a witness, or somebody who knows her, saw her on the upper field. Lancashire police believe Nicola went missing in a 10-minute window shortly after this. The last sighting of Bulley was around 9:10, walking with Willow off of the lead in a riverside field. At 9:20, her phone was detected near a riverside bench. The Microsoft Teams call ended at 9:30. At 9:33, a passerby found Bulley's mobile phone still connected to the Teams call on the bench. Willow was alone near the bench with no signs of being in the river. Her harness was discovered on the ground between the bench and the river. Telephony work by police has confirmed that the phone was located on the bench at 9:20 a.m. The phone's microphone and camera had been turned off during the call. Police reported that Bulley had dealt with issues related to alcohol and menopause, and that both police and health professionals visited the Bulley home on January 10th in response to a concern for welfare. Her dog Willow was also found near the bench and was dry, leading investigators to believe that Willow hadn't been in the water. Willow's lead and harness were also found, and a friend of Nicola's has clarified that it was normal for Willow's harness to be off at this point in the walk. Since the investigation started, police have received thousands of pieces of information from the public and have obtained the Ring doorbell footage from Nicola's house. It's doubtful that there would have been much interest in the case if a young man had gone missing close to the river Wyre. Second, the circumstances surrounding her absence were dramatic. The family dog had been abandoned and her phone had been left on a bench, giving the impression that she had been abducted. On the day in question, a little distance from where she was last seen, her dog and smartphone were discovered. According to the authorities, Bulley had joined a conference call but stayed silent and turned off her camera. When the phone was discovered on a bench, the call had already terminated, but it was still logged in. At the time of her disappearance, she had black jeans on with olive green ankle wellies. Later that day, the Lancashire police released a brief statement pleading with the public to assist them in finding Bulley. After a week of searching, the search concluded that Bulley had fallen into the river wire and remained in the area where she was last seen. The officials claimed there was no evidence to imply anything odd about her disappearance, albeit they did not explain how they came to their conclusion. The police claimed they had interviewed multiple witnesses, examined Bulley's phone and Fitbit, and inspected a dilapidated house and abandoned vehicles close to where she vanished as part of their inquiry. The underwater search team, Specialized Group International, joined forces to scour the river. The police also said that the widespread speculating on social media regarding the case was both unhelpful to the investigation and, more importantly, hurtful for the family. The authorities claimed that after 2 weeks of searching, they had still not discovered any proof that Bulley was the victim of criminal activity. After complaints that people were filming for social media close to the area where Bulley vanished, the police had 2 days previously issued 2 dispersal orders. Based on interviews with Bulley's family immediately after her disappearance, the police said she had suffered with some significant issues with alcohol that were brought on by her struggles with menopause. The police revealed that the mom of 2 had been classed as a high-risk missing person. This was due to vulnerabilities, including issues with alcohol. Nicola's family elaborated that she suffers from significant side effects of perimenopause, such as brain fog and restless sleep. But before her disappearance, Nicola had stopped taking HRT, a medication that helped manage symptoms of perimenopause due to its intense side effects. The authorities said that, while it was unusual to release details about a person's private life, they felt compelled to clarify why they had considered Bulley at high risk. Silke Carlo, the director of Big Brother Watch, a British civil liberties and privacy campaigning organization, said on Twitter that the disclosure was a serious invasion of Bulley's privacy. Britain's Independent Data Privacy Authority said that it would ask the Lancashire police to explain the reason for releasing the information. In a statement, Bulley's family said that they had known that the police would release details about her health and that they believed the public focus had shifted from finding her to rumors about her private life. They also said that Bulley had begun hormone replacement therapy in order to treat conditions associated with perimenopause, but because the medication gave her headaches, she had stopped taking it. Although Lancashire police found no indication of suspicious behavior or outside involvement in the disappearance, their working theory from the start was that Bulley had fallen into the river wire. An extensive search involving police divers, helicopters, sniffer dogs, and drones was conducted on the river and surrounding areas. Prior to the discovery of the body, Paul had left an emotional note at the scene where she is believed to have gone missing. The 45-year-old mother of 2 vanished 17 days ago next to the River Wire, Lancashire, in a case that has long since baffled police. Family and friends had shown that Nicola Bulley has not been forgotten by leaving yellow ribbons with handwritten messages on a bridge close to where she disappeared. Her partner Paul Ansell was one of the first to attend the scene and attach a note. On it he wrote, "Nikki, I love you, XXXX, come home now." Dozens of yellow ribbons with handwritten messages were placed on a nearby bridge, with messages including, "We need you home, Nicola," "Praying for your safe return," and "I love you." In a bid to help locate her, Paul Ansell also gave a heartbreaking TV interview with Dan Walker on Channel 5. During the 75-minute interview, he made a number of revelations, indicating he believed that he suspected a local person was involved. Paul said, "People don't just vanish into thin air. It is absolutely impossible. So something has happened. Whatever has happened, in my eyes, has to be somebody who knows the local area. You would only know that area by local. It's a local area." He added that he and Nicola had been walking the path she disappeared from since they had met 12 years ago. Paul said they usually saw the same faces every single day, but on the very odd occasion you did see someone you didn't know. They stood out like a sore thumb. He said, "The fact that nothing's been seen or heard, I just truly believe that it's something in the village." Nicola had dropped off her 2 daughters, aged 6 and 9, at school before going on her usual walk when she vanished. He revealed to Dan he expected the cops to treat him as a possible suspect in the missing person case. Paul said, "I expected that. I said to them, do it and get that out of the way." He added he urged police to focus on finding her. "Some of the things that people say are just ridiculous, aren't they? I read one that said the police need to look at the partner. And I'm sort of like, well, yeah, that's the first thing they do. Like, of course it is. Paul revealed that Nicola usually walked their dog Willow after dropping off their kids at school, and she would return home around 10 a.m. Paul said, I just went in the house, put the kettle on, made a cup of tea, and went into the living room, and thought I've got on an hour now to sort of chill and get myself ready for the day, which is what I did. So she's usually back like a quarter to 10, average 10 o'clock. At a push, so I'd gone up into the office at 10 a.m. Thinking that she'd be back in a minute, I was just going through some emails and stuff, setting up my day. I've got to say 10:15, and that's when I thought she was later than usual, but I still wasn't particularly worried because she has come back at 20:20 sometimes. When she wasn't back by 10:15 a.m., he just assumed she was chatting to another dog walker or a friend she'd bumped into. However, he became concerned when she wasn't back by 10:30 a.m. Paul said, that's when I thought, she's quite late now, more late than usual. I tried ringing her phone, and there was no answer. I tried ringing again on WhatsApp, and again there was no answer. I tried the mobile again and no answer. And again there was no answer. I tried the mobile again and no answer. Now I sort of started to get a bit panicky, I think. So that's when I thought, I'm going to have to go down there and see if she's all right. See if I can see the car or, see what's going on. But I still expected that I'd just get there, and there she is. I just thought basically I'm going to go out, find her, come home, and do a bit of work. Now I sort of started to get a bit panicky, I think. Being concerned, he started to get ready to head along the path to see if she's all right. He added, I was going to leave, and then the phone rang. It was the school, and it was the receptionist at the school. He continued, I'm about to leave thinking I'm going to see her, pass her and find her. Then I get that call. She says, Mr. Ansell, it's a bit of a weird one, but we found Willow and Nikki's phone on the bench, and the harness halfway down the embankment on the floor. On the 19th of February, a body was found in the river by a man and a woman walking their dog, about a mile from where she was last seen. The following day, Lancashire Constabulary confirmed that the body was Bulley's. The couple informed the police, and the body, which was among reeds and undergrowth, was subsequently recovered. On the 20th of February, Lancashire Constabulary confirmed that the body was Bulley's. The body's dental records identified that it was indeed Nicola. After Bulley's death was confirmed and the mystery of her death had come to rest, the Lancashire police read a statement at a press conference from Bulley's family in which they condemned the actions of Sky News and ITV News for making contact directly with them when they had expressly requested privacy, describing the conduct of media outlets as shameful. However, people on social media have been quite suspicious of Paulansell right from the beginning, and their speculations grew to a great degree when Paul appeared in his first public interview on February 3rd. Police started to notice that he had a black eye on his right side. This sparked speculation on social media that the couple may have had a fight. However, Lancashire police have revealed that they attended a report of concern for welfare at Bulley's home address on January 10th. It is unclear what caused Ansell's black eye, which could range from a bruise to Botox. YouTube was flooded with comments like, "Oh man, like a dream, not a nightmare or bad dream. No plea for information, no attempts to try finding her easier. He talks like this chapter is over, and now we're trying to stay positive and focus on the children and staying strong. My gut says it's not right. My heart hopes he's just flustered because of the camera. Sad story either way." I can't believe he actually breaks into a smile and a slight laugh at one point. Whoa, something is not right here. A TikToker had also been filming the police as they pulled Nicola Bulley's body from the river. For those who aren't aware, the TikToker, who was a barber named Barber Curtis Arnold, shared footage of officers searching the water's edge and using a body bag near St. Michael's on wire after two dog walkers found Mrs. Bulley's body on the 19th of February. He earned close to 900 pounds in royalties for the post. This invasion of privacy was so insensitive and was condemned that it sparked wide outrage on social media. TikTok later released a statement regarding the matter and said, "Our thoughts are with Mrs. Bulley's family and friends at this difficult time. We have mobilized resources to monitor the evolving conversation about this case." The police's revelation of Bulley's health details were also criticized by many. Home Secretary Suella Braverman asked the force to justify its decisions. Vera Baird commented that if publicizing the details would have aided the search, it should have been done immediately, and said otherwise she thought it was sexist. Even Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and leader of the opposition Keir Starmer both expressed concerns. This case, however, leaves us with more question than answers. First and foremost, Who would apologize to the pain the family members must have gone through? Nicola's family was already dealing with the trauma of searching for their loved one. They must have already dealt with the question of Nicola's death, but must have been praying to God that she was alive. Shouldn't there have been more of assistance, comfort, and consolation, instead of so much of conspiracies, theories, and invasions of privacy? Is the press of today not responsible enough? Some internet trolls are believed to have hacked into Paulansell's social media and posted sexually explicit pictures of women. The number of photographs were posted one day on Paul's Pinterest account, including models in lingerie, some topless, and images of an actress in a bikini. All this is significant to show that Paul sure has been a target all over, and people believe that it wasn't an accident that Nicola has faced, but a pre-planned foul play, and that Paul has been responsible for all of this. What are your views? Do you also believe that Paulansell was responsible for Nicola's death? Let us know in your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked our efforts in the research of this video and found it intriguing enough, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss out on our content whenever it's uploaded. See you all in the next video.